I think that we've ever done here. Another $10 on the button ROE game. Same as last week, but different lineup, more action, more cards. We're ready to go.
Yes, we are. It's going to be exciting. It already was. I just got out of it, and they're doing it.
Look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her. She's a woman of mystery. How does she show up in two places at once? I have no idea.
Me either, truthfully. I think it's my twin.
Must be nice to have a twin.
Yeah.
Now, Mackenzie, who is your favorite of this lineup? We've got Jeremy, we've got Blasto, Scott Armstrong, Greg Hickey, Mike Svoboda. The Natural is back in action. Jose is there. We've got Brian and, of course, Mohawk. What are you thinking?
I have to say, just off personal, I love Scott Armstrong. He's one of my favorites at the table. But I'm glad to see Jack's back. He's in there. He's making commentaries with the players again, and it just feels natural. Like, literally, Jack the Natural.
Hey.
He hasn't been here in a while. Yeah. So, but yes.
Yes.
They're all good, great players, great people. So it's a good table.
It is a great table. We've got a couple of action players, a couple of tighter players, a couple of looser players, and look at that dealer. Dealing lightning.
Look at her.
This is going to be a great day. So I'm really excited. Thank you for spending your Thursday with us. Got a couple of viewers already showing up in our stream. Make sure to drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Mr. Shaggy Lewis showing up, the Hickening 2 Electric Boogaloo. That is a very accurate title for what we got going on here.
I don't even know what that is.
Greg Hickey in seat number 3 over there in the red.
Hickening. I get it now.
The logo that he's got is not Boars, just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I made that mistake last time on the Hickening 1.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I was reading that. I was like, I don't even. But then the connection hit, so now I
Is
understand.
the Razorbacks, in case anybody's curious. And looks like we got the PLO round going on here. We'll do 10 hands of PLO. We'll do 10 hands of Hold'em. We are doing $10 on the button. And you know what they say. If it's good enough to call 10, it's probably good enough to call 70 or even 100. So we got a lot of multi-way pots in store for us, kind of like this one here. We look like we're going to be going 8 ways to the flop.
Yep.
Oh, 9 ways to the flop.
They're excited. Nothing like even with the pre-flop raises, everyone's in there. This game is not like any other.
No, this is West Texas poker. And, West Texas Hold'em is a different breed. You're going to be going many ways pre-flop. West Texas PLO is even more insane. You want action, this is the game to play. You got 4 cards, twice as many in your holding cards. And the cap on this game is 2,000 with a 70% match. So we're going to see these stacks grow. We're going to see some massive pots. It's going to be a good day. And Mr. Svoboda over there, I'm going to say I'm rooting for him just because his last name is the most fun to say.
It is, but I kind of like Greg's Hickey.
Yeah, Hickey's a good one. Hickey is a good, and it's spelled just like you might think.
Hickey. Yep. I kind of guesstimated.
Yep. All right, we've got a couple of Broadway hands here. Ace, King, 5, Deuce for Scott. Ace, Jack, 10-3 for the Natural. Ace, Queen, 10-9 for Mohawk. And Mike holding basically the Charlie here, the 5-3-2-2. Flop is Jack, 10-8. It looks like the Natural's doing pretty good there with 2 pair. And Mohawk already making the straight. Straight to the Queen. Flopped it. He's got the backdoor hearts to go along with here. The Natural sizing up a bet, though. Looks like about 300.
350, I think.
350. 350 will do it.
I think.
About half
Can't
that.
see over my big head.
175 is the actual bet, and Mohawk, of course, going to call here. Just doing a smooth call. Not going to ruffle any feathers just yet. Doesn't want to set off any alarm bells, but would prefer, I'm sure, to get things heads up. 5 here on the turn is a blankety blank. The Natural also drawing not only to Broadway, but also the nut club draw in his hand.
Can he do it?
There he goes. He's going to bet it out here. Looks like 375 on this one. Getting an accurate count. No, this one's 350.
See, I knew it was in there somewhere.
Somewhere in there. And Mohawk thinking, I've already got a made straight. I'm feeling pretty good about it. It may be time. And here it is.
Yep.
The pot size bet going all in. Does the pot hold it is the question. Yes, because the Natural is playing $1,355. But how do you like that aggression there? Moving his whole stack in the middle.
It's scary when you see it. I feel for Jack a little
Yep.
bit. Obviously, I didn't know what he has at the time, but it's just Jack's been the attacker the majority of the hand, and then Jason sneaks in there and does what he has to do to get the best odds and profit out of it.
That is right. That is the game of poker in a nutshell. You are so smart.
Sometimes. Only on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Very good. Well, I'm glad we caught you today then.
Those are the only 2 days I work here, guys. So I have to turn my thinking cap on.
And it looks like we get a call from the natural. He is behind, and the queen is not going to do it for the natural. A 4 on the river. The second time is a blank as well. Mohawk going to scoop the giant pot, 35-56 heading his way.
Yeah, poor Jack.
Poor Jack.
Tough one.
That is a tough one, but he's already reaching into his pocket. It looks like he's got a couple of more Benjamins ready to put on the table.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He said he was like, I'm playing today. Like, I'm back. Missed y'all, but I'm here. Earlier today before we started, everyone was asking if they wanted to listen to music or have TV on, and Jack, I'm going to quote him. He said, no, I just want to listen to chips rattle and players cry. So that's Jack's mindset today.
Jack has an unassuming demeanor, but my word, he is the best trash talker I have ever seen at any table.
I love it.
And we got Wit in the chat saying, let's go Hickey. We got 2 Hickey fans in the chat already.
I love it. A little fan base.
Little fan base going on. Thank you for checking us out. We're going to build this viewer poll. Last time on the Hickening 1, we had maybe 40 different people all cheering on for Mr. Greg.
Goodness.
So let's see if we can have a repeat of that today. Start making those calls, sending those texts. Kojak's Live is the channel to tune into on this one. And here you can see Miss Mackenzie getting up out of the box.
And I'm out.
And working her way into the live stream room. Now, whose hair is longer, yours or Joey's?
I have to say Joey's because his is curly, and so it gives the effect where it looks a little shorter, but I'm sure if we were to straighten it, it would probably, it's like Rapunzel. His hair is so long.
It's crazy. I don't know how long he's been growing it for, but it does look healthy.
He's got like the perfect bun going on as well.
It's not even a man bun.
I couldn't even do that.
That's a beehive right there. Straight out of the 70s.
Yeah, he's crushing it though. I can't tell though which is longer, his hair or his beard.
His beard is pretty impressive as well.
I know, I'm shocked.
The man needs to donate some of that hair, make some wigs out of it.
Yeah, I need to figure out what he eats for nutrition.
Sell them
My
for
hair can
$1,000
grow.
a piece. If you don't know, we sit in a live stream room here. It gets to be about 1,000 degrees, but we do have a large window that looks out into the live stream table room. And we get hecklers every once in a while that pop up in the windows. They do various visual gags, and we just received one from the great Chris Murray, who's running that snack bar and dishing out hot dogs. We've got a couple of specials in the works that should be very tasty for this weekend. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but the word steak is involved.
It was so good. I tried it earlier.
So good. Steak and potatoes.
I wanted to eat the whole thing.
A very special way. Mr. Dawson joining us here in the fishbowl as well.
Okay, guys. Mac's going to say an Irish goodbye.
Okay. Well, I think if you say goodbye, it's not even Irish anymore.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but then you just announced. I was going to say Irish goodbye and then not say another word.
That's okay. There's still time. Do it
I
now.
think it still counts because I'm Irish.
Uh-huh. There it is. She got that Irish blood in her. Well, we very much appreciate the commentary, Mackenzie. Thank you. And Mr. Dawson here joining us for a short time before he has to jump on into the box.
These are some big stacks I'm looking at.
There's some big stacks, some big cards, some big players. This is a great lineup.
Who's our big winner right now, Brian?
So far, I think it's Mohawk. Scooped a $3,500 pot just before you sat down for a profit of about $1,800.
Oh, Lord.
And Brian's got the aces right now. Ace, 8-6. Lou with all Broadway cards. And Jeremy with Ace King Charlie. Always good to see right there.
That aces equity is sad to look at.
Sad to look at. That's what happens in PLO. Pocket aces is amazing in Hold'em, but doesn't hold up in PLO most of the time.
Jack just flops the nuts like it's nothing.
Yeah, that's the natural for you. Naturally, he's going to get there. Straight to the queen for the natural. Still 50% equity. Very high considering there are 5 players still in the pot. He's going to go ahead and bet it to $270. Now, that's a good sizing because it may look like a tilt raise. The natural was on the losing end of that giant pot that I just mentioned against a Mohawk.
Good spot for him right now.
Good spot. Take advantage of your image. Mr. Jeremy here. Gonna get out of there. Scott out of there as well. Brian with the aces lays it down without even a second thought. And the natural chipping back up a little bit here. He's got some work to do. He's down about $1,400 even after that pot. So still dangerous with that chip stack at about $1,500. Just a double up will get him into the green. And the button has moved over to Jose. Now, we have an excellent, excellent lineup. This is maybe one of the best lineups I've seen in a very long time, Dawson.
Cool.
But I got to know, who are you rooting for?
Brian Arnold. That's my boy.
Brian Arnold. And now, is there a financial interest in this, or is it just...
No, he's been a little bit of a poker coach to me the past few months.
Very
Taught me a
cool.
lot.
And he is a great player.
He's very smart, yeah.
Played a lot of tournaments. Certainly knows GTO, ICM, all the acronyms very, very well.
How about that final table?
Wow, how about that final
That
table?
was quick. Huh?
That was the quickest final table, I think, in the history of the game. And I'm not just talking about the main event. I'm talking about the history of poker. That was the fastest thing. Knocking out 2 players in 2 hands was absolutely nuts.
He said it was going to take him about an hour.
Yeah, and he sure did. He did it like 58 minutes.
Yep.
That
Did you see
was
that interview with
crazy.
Wallstuck after he said, quickest $3 million I've ever made?
That's too funny. And big shout out to Mr. Braxton Dunaway.
He killed it.
He did
killed
a
it.
great job making it all the way to the top 3. A great job, sir. We are very proud to think that you may call us your home club. All right, and here we go. No sets out there. As many pocket pairs as we had before the flop. Surprised to see nobody hitting a set, but Jose getting the flush. Right there on the turn.
Jeremy picks up the straight.
Oh, there could be blood. 4 spades on there.
Oh, and I think that's good for a straight in PLO, right? When the other spade peels off.
No, that's good for a straight flush, my man. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, but like when you're in Jeremy's position, you're
Yes.
less likely to put him on a flush. Now.
Exactly. That is a very astute point, Mr. Dawson. Very astute.
Man,
Jeremy.
he's got 3 spades. Man, he
I know.
Hit,
Hit
the nut
the
flush and turn it
gin
to a
card. The super nuts, the mega nuts. And Jeremy facing a $150 bet. Like you said, 4 spades on the board. How likely is it that your opponent is holding a flush, much less a straight flush? He makes the call and gets the bad news. The news is so bad, you almost don't even think of it as bad news.
Impossible to beat.
Impossible right there. And Jose taking down the biggest hand of the night so far, the 10 high straight flush. Let's see if anybody else can beat that one.
High hand will spin.
High hand wheel spin, everybody. High hand.
Man, poor Miss Mary came to watch Braxton at about 7:30, 8-ish last night. We had to tell her the bad news. It was already over.
It was way over by then. Yeah, that was one of the wildest things I've ever seen. Talk about a sun run from Mr. Mizraki.
Oh yeah. Did you see those stats?
I saw some crazy stats.
Yeah.
I even saw Mizraki's stats up against Patrick Mahomes' stats.
He had all these all-ins to win, and he won them all, and it was 0.14.
Unbelievable.
Like 23% in there, 43. He couldn't have run better. Couldn't have run more pure.
And what a time to run pure
Oh yeah,
as well.
best time in the world.
Now we're switching things up over to Hold'em here. Back to 2 cards. Going from 2 cards to 4 cards and back again. Jose with the house hand right there. King Jack.
And it's the house hands.
That is
They did
the
it in everything.
absolute correct house hand. The suits are right. Greg with the bow wow. Talking K9s out here.
Robert loves his suited connectors. He's really good at playing them.
Yeah, that's 6-9. Pretty decent hand.
He flops the best of it.
Not a terrible flop for 6-9. You got to expect middle pair most of the time. And he's got the paired 6s. That is the best hand right now. 2 clubs on the board means he's probably going to bet it, try to get any flush draws out of there. Lucky for him, or maybe unlucky for him. Nobody else has a flush draw. Greg, not enough of that board to call. But Jose is going to come along here. 3rd club on the board might slow things down. Blasto got to ask himself, how many times can Jose get a straight flush? And Jose with just king high here. Looks like he's going to bet it out. Can't win at showdown, so he wants to prevent anything from happening to get them there. Blasto going to have a hard time calling with just a pair of 6s. Straighty, flushy board, as they say.
This is where I think Blasto's edge is. He's really good at making these tough calls, these hero calls.
He really is. And he was talking about his skills as a body language reader. Kind of go out the window when you're sitting in seat 1 playing against seat 10.
No, he can't make the call.
He's really thinking about it, though. What an amazing call it would be. 2nd pair. Not the worst thing in the world. Any 7, though. Oh, and he does make the laydown. Jose gets a bluff through.
That board was just way too connected. There was way too much.
Way too much. Very gutsy bluff right there from Jose. Not even holding any blockers or anything. And James asking if there is a cap on the buy-in. Yes, sir. We have a $2,000 cap for this particular game, but we also offer a 70% match the stack. So we're going to see these stacks really, really pick up very quickly. We've already seen that. We started this game at about 6:15, 6:20, and we went live at about 7 p.m. Give the players a good chance to get a feel for the table, feel for each other, and let those stacks start building up before we go live.
Oh,
now,
we are 10-handed, aren't we?
We are 10-handed. Now, here is the other question that I want to ask chat. Who's got the best chip tower? You can see the battle right there. Mr. Hickey and Mr. Svoboda both making some very, very nice architecture right there.
Greg had a crazy. I was dealing to Greg yesterday, and he was heads up against. I can't remember who he's heads up against, but the other guy was bluffing into him, and all he had was a queen on a super connected board.
Woo!
And he made the call. I was stunned. It
Woo!
was one of those ones I flipped it over, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, how did
Wait
you call
a
that?"
second. How did that even happen? That's one of those right there.
Ooh, 2 people holding an ace.
And look at this. 2 players holding the ace, and Scott making trips right there. This is called going to the money printer. Yeah, Mr. Blasto with pair of 9s here. He knows he's no good. He's played enough poker on these screets to know. Moses in the chat saying the natural will always have his vote. Also saying, hola, mi compadre.
I am going to push. I'm also doing an Irish goodbye.
Oh, there you go. I was about to ask. Yeah, Mr. Dawson getting out of here without announcing his absence. Also classically known as the Irish goodbye. Thank you. We appreciate your commentary, sir. We'll see you back in maybe 30 minutes. We'll have a rotation of commentators more than likely today. That way you don't get tired of just my voice. And here we go, shuffling up another Hold'em hand here. Mr. Mike with pocket 4s, always good to see. The fake aces, if you will. Scott with the ace king of spades. Oh, wait a second. Made a small misstep here. Only bet 45, making the call. Should have gone all in. I maintain that is the best way to play the ace of spades. Flop comes Jack, Trey, Deuce. And a 4 right there on the turn. Svoboda turning a set of 4s under the gun. Going to bet $50. Lou with a pair of 2s. I think maybe Mike is playing a heart draw. Mohawk out of there. Scott with the wheel draw here. Got to decide if it's worth it to make the call. He opts not to. And Mike facing a raise here with second set. That is music to any player's ears. And it looks like we've got a river card out already. Mike making the call. And that river card looks like 7 of hearts, maybe? It sure is. A third heart has hit the board. It looks like Lou's going to bet. Mike is going to make the call with his set, and he is good. Scooping another big pot, almost $1,300 in the middle. We got Moses in the chat saying he's watching in McAllen, Texas. Very cool. Here for his daughter's International World Series softball. She's 14, but playing against the best 18 and under. Lost a tough one earlier to Puerto Rico, 5-3. Asking for good luck wishes. Of course, you know I'm here to provide nothing but the best good luck wishes. Wishing you the best and wishing your daughter the best luck in her softball games. The World Series, certainly something to brag about right there. I don't know if you get to rematch Puerto Rico, but if you do, I hope you show them what's up. Show them how to play softball. Tell them we let you have the first one because we are nice people. But now you get to see what we're really capable of. And the Natural and Lou both holding the same hand here. Flop comes out King, Jack, 7, 2 diamonds. Mike with the dummy end of a backdoor straight draw there. And a queen comes out. Looks like the Natural and Lou both drawing a Broadway. The Natural's going to lead out with his ace high. Lou's going to fold with his ace high. And Mike is out of there. The Natural scoops a pot. Getting a little closer. Getting a little closer to breaking even here. And we are going to be shuffling up here, hand number 11. Let's crank it one louder then. Most amps only go to 10. But here we are on hand number 11. It's one louder. Yeah, write in the chat if you get the reference. One of my favorite movies of all time. A classic. And the Natural looking down at another ace of diamonds here. 2 in a row. Who is shuffling these cards? This time the ace 9 suited. Jeremy with the 6-4 wants to come along for $10. Blasto with the Jack 10. Raising it up to 60. I like that play. And how do you like that? Blasto just flopping 2 pair right away. 1 diamond on board for the Natural. 3 to a flush and 3 to a straight. A lot of cards can help him improve on the turn. And it looks like Blasto is going to lead out here. A little less than half pot. And 2 folds. He's going to take that one down. Now, one of the fun parts of playing a round of each, I call it the brain scramble. Go from 2 cards to 4 cards and back again. After a while of doing that, kind of forget what game you're playing. At least if you're me, not practiced in a round of each. Last time I played was maybe 8 months ago. Not a huge fan of the ROE format personally, but these players really eat it up. It's good to get that variety in there. Get to play some mixed games, really mix it up. About 8 months ago, I had 3 queens in my hand and a 3. And I thought, you know what, I should probably throw this away, but I'm going to play it anyway. Flopped the case queen, and I thought, yeah, it's probably not going to get any better here. Board, two-tone board. I think it was hearts, maybe spades, something like that. And facing a bet, I thought, you know what, I might as well fold because I am not going to improve here. I've already got 4 of the queens. I'm looking at them. 3 of them in play and a 3. The next card is the 3 of hearts to complete the flush, but giving me a full house, and I about lost it. Would have printed money on that pot, but I got out too soon. Got to trust the dealer, everybody. So here we go, off to a flop here 3 ways. Jeremy with the ace-king, Greg with the pocket 6s, and Lou with the 8-7. Some offsuit connectors on a rainbow board, queen 5-5. Lou, first to act. He's gonna get the check in there. Jeremy with ace-king high is gonna lead out. Greg, technically 2 pair here, 6s and 5s with the queen kicker. Going to be tough with that overcard here to make the call, but he does actually have the best hand right now. Going to be afraid of a lot of turn and river cards. Anything that's not a 6 basically going to be a scare card, and he does let it go with good reason. And Lou in the straddle, looking down at 8-7 offsuit, actually not a terrible hand for a straddle hand. Usually you wake up with something like 7 deuce. Hey, Mike Lopez in the chat saying, let's go Hogs. And Witt saying, woo, pig suey. I love it. Yes, the Razorbacks, not the Wild Boars. And here we go. We are off to hand number 13, lucky number 13. Got a good couple of viewers in the chat. Thank you again for checking us out. We are going to be having a good time this Thursday. An excellent live stream here. And Mohawk with the 4 deuce suited. Jeremy with the 9-6 offsuit. Going to throw it away. Very courteously spreading the cards to his left. Blasto with the K9 now, the Bow Wow. And Greg Hickey here, fan favorite, with the ace-4 suited, going to call $35. Certainly a good hand to do so. And Mr. Svoboda, Jack-9 suited. The natural looking up King-Queen suited, certainly a very playable hand. There could be blood here. King-Queen of the clubs variety against Greg's ace-4 of the clubs variety. 1 club on the flop, also 1 ace, 2 hearts. Blasto's King-9 dead in the water almost. Technically could go runner. Not likely to pick this pot up, though. And Lou is actually going to be the one betting it here. Queen 3. Betting $100. Greg now facing a decision. He's got the pair of aces, but got kicker problems. And might get to chase down that flush. The natural getting out of the way. Not going to like that club on the turn, but if he only knew what he was up against. Greg with the smooth check. Got a pair and a flush draw right now. Good enough for 64% equity. Mike checks it over to the aggressor. Let's see if Lou decides to keep up the pressure. Continue bluffing at it. Or is he going to check? Shuffling some chips, thinking about it. And it looks like he is sizing up a bet here. Queen 3 high. Greg, 450 to call. Makes the right call, getting excellent odds and an excellent price. And Svoboda still left to act here with his jack high flush draw. Svoboda really piecing the action, thinking about what he could possibly be up against. Pair of aces at the best. A straight at the worst. Mike holding a blocker to the high end of the straight. Any six will get him there. Of course, any heart giving him the flush. Really going to take his time with this decision here. It is a tough one. Flush draw and a gutter ball. And it looks like he does make the fold. And there's a 7 on the river. Both players breaking out. I guess you could call it that. Greg thinking about whether or not to fire away as a lot of draws miss. Could be up against a 7, however. Not likely. Lou, one of the most unpredictable players at the table. And it does look like Hickey grabbing a massive amount of chips. Really excellent sizing there. Definitely looks like a busted flush draw. I'm willing to bet Greg thinks he's bluffing at this one here. Bluffing with the best hand, as they say. And Lou gonna Hollywood a little bit. There is no world where he calls with Queen 3 high. Lou gonna take his time, stare down the board, make it look like there's a decision to be made. Shuffling chips, thinking about it. Lou going to have to call off the rest of his $640 if he does decide to make the call. But of course, with his exact holding, there is no way. Shaggy Lewis saying, too hickey, too furious. Where is Ja Rule when you need him? And Lou makes the tight laydown. Greg picking up a massive pot, $23.55 in there. And we are moving on to hand number 14 here. And a dealer change. Mr. Jason Christie coming into the box here. Moving on, moving up. Hickey 2, lost in New York. What else we got? And Jeremy looking down at the Queen Jack suited here, the club's variety. Looks like clubs really making their ways around here. Jose with the Jack Deuce folding. Blasto with the suited King. Going to make the call. And the natural with aces, naturally. The old American Airlines. Ace of spades only gets a $50 bet. I say go all in. Mohawk out of there. Jeremy wants to make the call here out of position with the suited Queen Jack. Blasto is going to make the call as well. If you're in it for 10, good enough for 40. 9-4 Trey, one club on there. Ace is still best. Blasto with a pair of threes here. And it looks like he's going to lead out. Good old-fashioned donk lead for $100. Jack may be a little worried about this one here. A lead like that usually represents 2 pair or a set. And Blasto not getting a lot of respect with this one. Getting 2 callers. 6 comes off, completing some straights. Very unlikely straights given the pre-flop action. Checks around a jack. He's going to bet the aces to the tune of $400, almost a full pot size bet. Jeremy with queen jack high, no pair, no flush draw. Did turn a backdoor straight draw. Of course, we know that's no good. Only one more card to come. And Jeremy folds. Blasto with his pair of threes gets out of there as well. And the natural will scoop another pot. Chipping back up, getting close. Now down just 12.53. Doing very well for himself. And here we go. Next hand is number 15. 10 on the button, ROE. Lots of viewers in the chat cheering on Greg Hickey. Cheering on Brian Arnold earlier in the booth. Mr. Jack Keane has a fan here at our club. And of course, Moises also cheering on Mr. Jack Keane. All right. 8-7-5 on the board here. Jeremy with a pair of sevens. Gonna bet out. Good position bet. Everybody else folds. Gonna grab another pot. These pots get very fast. Get very large very quickly. And Megan in the chat cheering on the commentators this time around. Interesting play. Gotta say, I like to see that creativity. Now, if you're enjoying the stream, go ahead and give us a like. Hit that subscribe button. We do appreciate it. The reason we put these live streams on is for you, the viewers. Just want to give everybody a good time. Bring poker to the people. Mike Lopez in the chat saying, Hickey Mania, brother. Good vibes. Yes, it is Hickey Mania right now. And Brian now with the ace-king suited here. One of the lower VPIP players at the table so far. Rocking just a small 20%. I guess ace-king is going to be good enough. Ace-king firmly in the range, you could say. King 4-4 flopping the best of it here. Both players with a pair of kings. This could get ugly. Jose with the king 6 of hearts. Brian going to bet out $30, a down bet. And gets a caller. Innocuous 8 comes off on the turn. It looks like Brian is checking very quickly. Jose going to check as well for pot control. Brian with 2 pair. Kings and fours with an ace. Jose with kings and fours and a jack. Brian just barely better than a chop pot. Got to take his time and make this decision. Does he go for the overbet? Nope. Looks like about a third pot. Or, yeah, $50 bet. And Jose makes the call. Brian targeting a weaker king or perhaps a jack. And gets paid. Brian chipping up here, starting the day with about 2,000 in chips. And we are moving on to hand number 17, a prime number. You know what happens with these prime numbers. Wild hands. I think we're going to go four-way all in on this one. That's my guess. $10 on the button is the name of the game today. Round of Each is also the other part of the name of the game today. And Mr. Scott Armstrong under the gun. We have switched over to the PLO round. We are now on 4 cards. 4-card high. Scott likes those wheel cards. Got a good suited ace on there along with a 4 and a deuce. Mike with the bow wow, the K9, and a 7-3 to go along with it. Good enough for $10. Brian with the ace king 10 tray. The natural 10-9-6-4. Mr. Liu is up from the table for now. Mohawk, a pair of 10s along with an ace and a queen. Jeremy with a pair of 8s. Jose with a pair of 8s. What is happening? And Jose going to raise it up with his pocket pair. Decently connected cards. Getting a couple of folds here. Mike, not one of them. Going to complete. Brian with the ace and the king in his hand. Already put in 10. What's another 15? Going to make the call there. The natural 10-9-6-4 going into the muck. Mohawk with the pocket 10s. The ace and the queen to go along with it. The ace is not suited, but the queen is. And Jeremy coming along with his pocket 8s as well. I predict no set of 8s on this flop. Instead, we've got ace 7 deuce. A couple of players pairing the aces. Jose with the flush draw and the pair of 8s, as well as the paired 7 to fall back on. I'm going to go ahead and bet out $250. A little more than half pot. Yeah, it looks like we may have our next guest commentator in here. Mr. Blaze wants to sit down for 4 seconds. You're welcome to do so, sir. You don't have to. And there you go. Jose going to take it down with the flush draw and the pair of 8s. Blaze calling out the excellent commentators and the excellent chat pros. Thank you, everybody, for leaving those comments, leaving those likes and subscribes. Being a little nosy Nancy, just reading through. Now we are shuffling up hand number 18. 17, the prime number hand. Not as crazy as some of the other ones we've seen. That's all right. We've got more time for more hands. We've only been streaming for about 45 minutes now, so good couple of hours left on that live stream. And we got 2 hearts on the flop. Mr. Brian here with the heart flush draw to the jack. Greg with the heart flush draw to the queen. This could get ugly here. Jeremy's the one betting out with the mystery hand, and I happen to have the mystery hand right here. 6 of clubs, 6 of diamonds, 5 of clubs, 2 of clubs. Flopping a set here for Jeremy, going to bet out 175. Greg making the call here with the queen high flush draw, the second nut flush, potentially. Also, good Broadway draw here. Any 10 will get him the highest straight. Brian with the set of jacks and the flush draw. He's going to love that equity unless he knew what he was up against. A 9 comes off on the turn. Brian with 2 pair or a set. And Jeremy here with the set of 6s, going to check this time. Greg betting out. It's his turn. The betting lead has been surrendered. Greg likes his flush draw and Broadway draws. And Brian with a big decision to make. Second set. A lot of boat outs here. That 9 actually did improve his equity. Brian giving him the stare down. Checking out Mr. Hickey's stack. His body language. Trying to get a read in any way he can. And Brian with the highest equity of the hands available. Jeremy, of course, with the mystery hand, a set of 6s. 1,400 in the middle, 700 to call. Jeremy with the set of 6s, a 5 and a deuce to go along with it. And he's going to think this decision over. All right, everybody. If you don't know me that well, let me reveal something about myself to you. I am a master negotiator. I just got Mr. Johnny Blaze here into the box, the booth. Catch us up on the action here. I'll tell you one thing. PLO is an excellent game if you like to play it.
A great game. PLO 4-card.
PLO 4 high. It's excellent if you like to play it. That's one of those sentences that really is not saying anything. If you like to do something, it's great.
Of course. Redundant.
Redundant.
Well, we are here.
Now, Jeremy's got a pair of 6s in his hand, a set of 6s as of the flop, and just rivers quads on the third board here. I didn't get a chance to see all the boards with the hoopla, but I think Greg may have made a flush on one of them. And it looks like Jeremy is getting at least a third. This is what you call a dealer nightmare. Stack all those chips up and then split them into 3.
So what do we got? Jeremy's got pocket 6s in his
Pocket
hand.
6s with a 5 and a deuce.
6-6-5 deuce.
That's right.
Premium holding.
Premium. I would say speculatively premium.
But he is going to drag the lion's share of this pot. Does work out for him.
Looks like he scooped the whole thing.
Oh. Oh.
Wow. Hickey with a heart draw and a Broadway draw. Looks like he didn't get there on any of them. The set of 6 is going to be good for the whole pot.
Right on.
Unbelievable.
Good for him. Jeremy Brown, one of our local golf professionals.
There it is. And mustache pros as well. I don't know if you've seen the handlebars that he showed up with today, but my God, that is majestic.
He's got some good ones. I'm slightly envious. Cannot grow one out like that, but boy, does it look good.
I have seen you try. I can attest.
It does. I just look like Slowpoke Gonzalez. The Mexican stash. That's all I got.
John Kelly saying JJ should have stayed in, shaking his head. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to know exactly what you're up against when there's 4 cards. I think Brian, a little on the tighter side, he folded a set of jacks on that flop. And did not decide to make the call on the turn. Thought maybe he was up against a set of kings, perhaps. You just never know. Now, Brian now looking at actually a premium hand. Ace, Queen, 10-10, double suited. Carter asking if you've reached puberty yet, Blaze.
Recently I did.
Very cool. Congratulations. We could ask the same about Carter, honestly.
Man.
It's like a 6 foot tall 5-year-old.
There's a physical puberty and then there's a mental puberty. Carter's stuck
Somewhere in between.
somewhere in between the two of them.
Chris Carter, one of my favorite guys to mix it up with. He cracks me up. Great sense of humor. Always quick with a joke at someone's expense.
Lou Bang flops him a boat here.
Love that. 8's full for Lou, betting $100.
Mike Svoboda does have pocket aces, is going to be coming along. Jack the Natch with his trips will be continuing through to a turn.
And there's a king. And those aces, oh man, they are a good way to get in trouble in PLO, are they not? And Svoboda does find the fold. The Natch here. Trip deuces, 2 jacks in his hand. Probably choosing to play the trip deuces. Any jack, any 3.
Thankfully, he does have the 2 jacks. He also has his quad outs.
He does have the quad outs.
Not sure if they're live.
Oh, the 10 on the river, a blank as far as the natural is concerned. Trips versus the boat. And Lou with a quick bet here. Now, how often are you folding this one, Johnny?
Pretty often, Lou, if he sees me coming along and calling across 2 streets, I don't think he's going to be betting worse for value. He'll always be pretty wary of all the boats, even if you have trips here, like say ace deuce. I don't think you want to be going 3 streets with ace deuce. 10 deuce gets there. You just don't beat very much. If he thinks that Lou is trying to bully him, Lou is not a foolish customer, and I think he understands that if natural calls over 2 streets, he has a minimum trips, and pretty often he'll just have 8 deuce, something like that. Now he does have pocket 8s in this instance, but if we're talking about just hand reading in general, if Lou bets 3 streets here, jack deuce is just not good on the river.
And the natural really thinking through this decision here. Lou absolutely capable of bullying, like you said, trying to make those bluffs, but he does know where he stands quite often. A very experienced player at the table, both of them. And the natural about to call clock on himself.
Yeah, definitely a spot worth considering.
Great sizing by Lou, though. Put the Natch to the test. And he does make the correct laydown. He gets out of there.
It's a very nice fold by Jack. Did not expect anything less. Call the turn bet. Yeah, Carter, he has the overboat outs and those are worth a lot when they hit. So very likely he was just trying to drill a jack, and sometimes the river goes check check, and the trips are good. So it's worth taking another card off,
Jack looking for a jack as always. Naturally, he would do that.
as he would. The netch. Yeah, great fold on the river.
And we've got our first sleeper straddle of the day here. Of course, coming from Mr. Liu. Just won a pot. Going to put those chips to work. Sliding them right out front.
The sleepy straddle, as they like to say.
Very sleepy. Slowpoke
Very
Gonzalez says,
sleepy.
sleepy straddle.
Ay, sleepy. Sí, señor.
Brenda Hickey in the chat saying Brenda's watching. I'm sure cheering on Mr. Greg as well. Got about, 45 to 65 fans of Greg Hickey right now watching. And Lou waking up. Very good straddle hand there. 10, 10, 4 deuce. One too many diamonds, but it's about the best you can expect when you put out 20 blind. Jose with the double suited aces, some wheel cards to go along with it. The best hand I've seen pre-flop in a while.
Definitely a premium, definitely worth raising up, is going to be...
And Lou did straddle for 20. So Jose betting to 60 is just standard 3x open. Scott going to come along. He's going to play with the pocket sixes and the king 8. Ryan with the ace jack 4-3. A couple of Broadway cards, a couple of wheel cards. He is also double suited.
So we got 5 players at $60, 300 in the pot. Look down at a flop of queen 7-4, two-tone with the diamonds. Hickey does have some backdoor straights to go along with his nut flush. See if he decides to bet this and try and get chips into the pot for when he gets there. He does.
Full pot sized bet. I like the sizing.
Pots, it does have position as well.
And it's going to be tough to get customers here on this particular board. Jose even letting go of the aces, the backdoor club draw.
He's going to take it down.
That'll do it. $300 the easy way.
It's a very nice bet in position from Hickey. I like it. Showing aggression. I think if anybody is in that spot in a multi-way situation, they got something to be scared of. They're going to be betting. The sets will all be betting. I would expect probably top 2 is going to be betting as well. And possibly all of the combos of 2 pair are going to be putting some chips in the pot for protection / value. So he does turn his nut flush draw into a bluff and does indeed find himself up against weak hands. Takes it down.
Shaggy in the chat saying Hickey Combat 2 Annihilation. That is a good reference.
What's Hickey Combat?
He's making movie titles and inserting the word Hickey. Any sequel. Feel free to try your hand at any of those. I said Hickey Alone 2 Lost in New York. I didn't get any chuckles or anything. But Shaggy Lewis is the master of that, by the way. Mortal Kombat 2 Annihilation. Classic, horrible movie from the 90s. The first one was pretty good, but the second one was just awful. I saw the trailer for the new, the reboot sequel today. Just dropped from Warner Brothers Pictures. Looks like a decent show. 9-9 deuce here on the flop. We are 7 ways. And the natural just spiking a boat again.
So 7 ways in the limp pot. Jose does decide to go for a limp pre-flop with his ace king jack single suit to the ace, and now is going to be betting on a 9-9 deuce flop. Probably not an optimal way to play it, letting like 20 cards into the pot and then facing a 9-9 deuce board. The odds of having trips somewhere out in the field is about 120% or so.
Approximately.
And he does run into a boat.
And the natural just wastes no time potting it, making an easy decision for Jose. You think there was any missed value there with the pot size bet, or the natural have just called?
No, you flop the nuts. It's not an invulnerable hand, so you do want to charge the people that have sets, like for the oversets, for instance, 10s through aces. If those hit on you, that's a disaster. They got you nearly drawn dead. Any of the 9x have 9 clean outs to beat you. And I think he had like 9 little. So it's a pretty vulnerable hand. You want to go ahead and pot it and just charge people that are behind, which they are, flops and nuts.
Overboats is a very integral part of the strategy here to PLO. And certainly recognizing the danger of getting someone else to draw out with one of those overboat draws.
Yeah, the implied odds on an overboat is just it's worth so much that it's a big consideration in PLO in general. And understanding what kinds of boats there are. Not all boats are the same. And in Hold'em, you have a boat, you're in a pretty good spot. But in PLO in particular, you have to pay attention to the quality of your boat and how that can change over various runouts.
Not all boats are the same. Pay attention to the quality of your boat. Good advice here in landlocked West Texas.
Carter asking over under. Man, Carter,
I would say 350,000 is the line.
the number of people though.
Yeah, 350,000 people.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot. It hasn't even crossed my mind to ask him for some, but I'm sure that people are going to be getting loans or asking for loans. And you know how it is.
That's how it goes.
Money makes people do funny things. I'd like to see Braxton turn his $4 million or $2 million, whatever it is that he's taking to the bank, and turn it into 20.
There you go.
Just figure it out for himself, and then maybe you can loan some money out.
Yes, indeed. Good way to start wealth. And here we go. Another 7 ways to the flop. Queen 10-4 this time. Rainbow. Jose with some decent draws here. The gutter ball. Backdoor flush draws. Scott holding the nut clubs. And Lou with the second nut club draw, as well as the nut spade draw. A set of 10s for the natural, good enough for a $550 bet. Lou was the pre-flop raiser.
And he is not going to be deterred.
He is going for it here.
He has a double backdoor flush draw. He does have a gut shot to the nuts, as well as top. And Lou does like to play big pots and gamble. And all of those backdoor possibilities are going to be too tempting for him to get away from it.
Gambo. And Scott, double gutter here. I guess you call that a double gutter?
It's like he's open-ended.
Kind
The ace does give him, so the 8 is going to give him the nuts, and the king gives him a nut. So he's open-ended to the nuts on both sides, which if it was just Jack 9, like say Jack 9, 4, 3, that's a bad open-ender because the king is not the nut straight.
Right.
You only have one card.
There's
Gives you the
another
nuts.
queen
There's
here.
a queen.
The natural with a boat. Underboat, as they say. Lou with trip queens. Quick bet. Quick all in. Quick call. And we do have a side pot here, but we're up to $3,474 total. 2. The blankest blank on the river I have ever seen. And the natural there with the boat here. It looks like he's going to scoop the whole thing.
That's going to be a nice pot going Jack's way.
Indeed. Jack off to a bad start here for our live stream. Happened to run into it against Mohawk. Down about $1,500 thereabouts on the session. This $3,400 pot is going to be a great way to get into the green here. And a profit $2,000. Should put him about $500 in the black.
Was he in for 25?
Yeah, I believe so.
Damn it, boy. Yeah, he was in deep for sure.
In deep. Now the chip leader. And Scott Armstrong needs a little more fuel to the fire. Adding some Benjamins to the table. Jason doing a good job here of keeping the chips stacked. Let's see if they fall over last second. No, he's a pro. Just moving it over to the natural stack naturally.
Very good. Very good. A good job there from Jason.
Yes, indeed. Shuffling things up. Chris Carter saying, trying to teach Braxton the word no.
I think he's got plenty of experience in that realm.
Fun fact, that was my sister's first word.
No. She must have been so much fun to
She
to
was
deal
something.
with growing up.
The Terrible Twos were named after her. And she grew up and became an angel. Always works like that, isn't it weird? Here's the real question. Me, you, Chris Carter, what business idea do we pitch to Braxton?
That's the real question.
That's the real question. All right, here's what I'm thinking. Ready? Fountain drink, smoothie stand, where you have to take a selfie and have it printed out, kind of like a photo booth where you get a smoothie, $15 a pop, and you walk away with a picture. What do you think?
You mean you take a picture of yourself drinking a smoothie?
Yep.
And you sell it for $15?
Yeah, and you get the printout of the picture on actual cardstock, printer photo paper. You get a smoothie to go with it, fresh ingredients all the time. It's a great idea.
We're gonna have to write up the business plan on that.
That's right. All right. You heard that, Carter? Blaze is on board for the next step. We're writing a business plan. He's on board already. I'll give you 35%.
40.
Okay, 40%.
40% of nothing. What's that?
That's pretty good. That's what it is. Pretty good. 40% of a beautiful opportunity. I'm talking beachfront property when this thing hits home.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking yachts.
Nationwide.
Forget about boats. We're going on yachts. Speaking of which, Yahtzee here for Mike. He's got the flush draw here, the ace high flush draw. Some decent cards here to improve to some straight draws as well.
He
And
does have a
Jose-
gut shot to a bad straight.
Jose here with the second nut flush draw. Could be a good customer, $270 to call. Love that shirt, by the way. That's a lot of fun. Jeremy trying his best to stay awake. Oh, he's with us. He's with us again. And he's gone. And he's back. And he's gone. And Mike going to come along? Yes.
Definitely.
It looks like he is. Going to make the call. No raise here. I think is the correct play. A 9 comes off. Mike now with a pair of 9s and the flush draw. No help for the straight outs. Lou loses his backdoor flush draw with that 9 of clubs. He's going to check it over. A little pot control. $800 already in the middle.
And Lou gets there.
7 for the straight.
Runner straight.
Now Mike.
Pretty nasty.
Wow, look at the tower on Hickey's stack right there.
And you know what?
I like the archway.
Zabota actually has a 9 high straight in this spot.
Wow, and Lou bets 600. Mike sick to his stomach. The 9 high straight, not often going to be good on a board like this.
So Lou bets the flop, and in those situations, he is going to have a lot of 2 pair. Most of the 10x, at least all of the queen 10 and the 10-7 is going to be betting the turn. When Lou checks back on the turn, he does not have queen 10. He does not have 10-7. So he'll have some combinations of 10x, but a lot of his flop bets are going to be pairs and sets, things of that nature. He also has king high flush draws and queen high flush draws available. Mike does have the nut flush draw, and so obviously Lou isn't going to have any of those combinations. It is it's an interesting spot. I can see him going either way.
Very tricky. The story is fishy.
Yeah, it's really a check turn. It really is an interesting bet from Lou on the flop too.
It worked out this time.
And
Good sizing here with the $600 bet, just slightly less than pot.
if Mike calls here and he sees the hand, he is gonna turn red.
I would too. You're right, nasty spot. Most of those bet flops, check turns, you're right, are going to be pairs, two pairs, those types of combinations. And even two pair, Jack 9, things like that, you're going to bet on the turn. You might check that Jack 9, I guess, if you are afraid of the other player having a straight. You don't want to add money, bloat the pot when you're behind. Yeah, Greg always quick with a joke here, making Mike chuckle in his moment of intense concentration. I'm really going to think about it. I've got a couple of chats showing up here. Basil watching from North Korea. What's going on, buddy? How come you're not at Kojak's right now? We got Tarani Whitaker here for Hickey, watching from Arkansas. Very cool. Let's go Razorbacks. She says, let's go, brother. And Drakestein back. Hey, what's going on, Drakestein? Good to see you, my friend. Glad you could drop in for this live stream as well. 2 weeks in a row. Pretty good. And Wit saying, yay, Tyranny. A couple of friendly chatters here. Love to see it. Now, Mike is unaware of our 3 chat rules. If we can read 3 chats in the time it takes for you to make a decision, that's too long. I'm kidding, of course. This is a tough decision here for a lot of money, $600 to win 14. He makes the call.
He does, and he is gonna
turn red.
Hear the bad news. Let's see how he responds.
Yeah, Lou.
He just laughs at it because
Lou needling. Lou, maybe one of my favorite players in the poker room. He is always, when he's winning, he's always smiling, having a great time. Very quick-witted, very good player, very good guy. Swoboda, also a very thinking player, as you can tell by the amount of time he tanked. And still has a good couple of columns there. Certainly hurt from that last bet, but what can you do? You got a straight there. Like you said, the story really screams pairs or 2 pairs. Busted flush draw possible.
It's a very interesting hand. I'm pretty impressed by Swoboda's composure here. Kind of been focused on him, seeing how he reacts, and I like it. He typically shows a lot of emotion at the table when put in tough spots.
You think he made the right call there?
Yeah, it's a flip. It can go either way.
Yeah, it's tough. Of course, we can see the cards. We know he was behind. But, how often are you running into, based on the betting patterns, based on the player profile?
The thing is, if he has a lot of 10x that he's going to be checking to trap versus Lou. And so if he has 10x and he bets, he's not going to get called by much because Lou's range doesn't have that much 10x. It has a lot of other hands, and some of those will be turned into a bluff, like the missed draws, for instance. And so on the river, when Lou bets into him, it's probably not the sets and the 2 pairs because those are just going to check back and take their showdown value, I would think. But yeah, I think I would lean a little bit more. If Lou's betting versus me, I think he plays a little bit more cautiously. He knows I'm not dicking around with, a lot of weak holdings that you can attack. So if I'm calling on the flop there, I will have a good amount of interaction with the jack and the 8. And I'll have a fair amount of 10s. And I don't think he's in the business of bluffing me very often. So I would lean towards fold. And I think he's probably in the same camp.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't mind it. It's not
the worst call. I think it's a pretty good call, actually.
We got Brian here taking a turn. He does appear to have checked the flop with his top set. Jack comes in on the turn and he is going to be betting when the straight comes in. I don't think Queen 10 is in the field, and so he is ahead at the moment. He was checking the flop for pot control and deception.
Wow. Jeremy gets there for the straight.
Yeah.
And Brian with his top set. I got to tell you, I feel a little guilty on this one. I personally asked Brian to play this game. He said, the only reason I'm playing this is because of you, Chase. I don't like PLO that much. I'm going to probably play it pretty tight. And here he is, flopping the best hand, and then at least Jeremy took it easy on him.
Yeah, does decide to play it slow on the flop and gets a bad run out.
That's what happens,
Sometimes.
PLO. Lots of bad runouts.
Can go either way, but loses the minimum. Not a big deal for him. And so we push forward.
Yep, we're moving on. We got Dawson in the box, another long-haired specimen here. Earlier we were talking about Mackenzie's long hair, Joey's long hair, and Dawson past shoulder length. You'll be happy to know, because I know you concern yourself with my hair. I got a haircut tomorrow.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Much needed.
Much needed. Shout out to JD, my man. I'm going to be cutting some of this hair. You know, barbers are artists,
100%.
you know, and JD is going to have to work in grayscale.
Yeah. Gonna etch something out of
Some monochrome.
this marble. This fine piece of marble we got here.
And Greg with the queens here. The ladies coming out. The natural with the kings. Look out. And Mohawk with one of the other kings. Mike with one of the other queens. And ace king for Jose. He's got the suited ace 7 of clubs. Jeremy with the suited ace jack 7 of spades. And it looks like we're going to go another multi-way flop here. I believe Jose is going to call here. It looks like he does just that. Nope. Raises to 60. That is not going to thin the field in the slightest. I think everybody's coming along. Blasto immediately calls. Scott immediately calls after a minute. Greg immediately calls. Mike immediately calls. That's on the soundboard, by the way. I'm not saying that every time. And Brian immediately calls. The natural still in his chair.
But guess what?
He immediately calls. And Jeremy going to think about it before immediately calling. And here we go. 8 ways to the flop. $480 in the middle. These pots are getting massive. Hey, Rebel Poker in the chat as well. Good to see you again, buddy. Sonia Caldwell also cheering Mr. Greg Hickey on. And Ms. Yed also cheering on Hickey. Queen 10-10 on the flop. Greg with the boat. The ladies are kind to him.
Flops the field dead and
Betting $200 here. The natural is going to have to think about it. He's got an overpair to the board. Could improve, but as it sits right now, probably behind. And nobody with a 10 to call. A good sized bet, though, I would say. 200 is about right to try and price in any 10 or straight draw. And Hickey takes another uncontested pot down. It looks like he shows the queens. Talk about running pure.
would have been nice if he had somebody out there with a 10 in their hand, get some value out of those trips. I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to inflate the pot and make sure he can stack off when he's up against trips.
A good maneuver. Now, we've been streaming for about an hour and a half, everybody. About an hour and a half left on the live stream. Thanks again for checking us out. We got the great Mr. Johnny Blaze here in the chat. Sorry, in the booth. Got plenty of people in the chat here cheering on Mr. Greg Hickey. A couple of Jack the Natural fans. Hickoween too, says Shaggy Lewis. Carter astutely pointing out that there are 32 cards out and no one has a 10.
That guy's next level, man.
Yeah.
What does he not know?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
You know, one thing that he doesn't.
He read the entirety of Wikipedia in about an hour, I heard.
I think he wrote it.
I wouldn't be surprised. 2 diamonds on the board here for Mr. Blasto. We are back to two card poker. Chris Carter actually invented that emoji as well.
He's the coder.
He drew it up and pitched it to Apple, and it's spread since then.
The architect.
Rebel Poker with pocket 10 says, "Put me in the game, coach."
Man, I almost forgot. There's a Hold'em.
Yeah, here we are. Yeah, the Hold'em round sure goes a lot faster than the PLO round. And the natural here with the King High. Busted flush draw, I guess.
And he's going to be turning his 10 of hearts blocker into a bluff.
And I think Blasto is going to make the right call here. Now, earlier in the session, he was facing a very, very similar setup. It was Blasto versus Jose.
Wow.
Wow. Excellent call right there.
Makes a great call. Very nice. Very, very nice.
And Chris Carter complimenting me for once in his life, saying, "Good call. Hold'em is faster." See, I know something about poker. Rebel Poker saying this is the most tilted looking board he's ever seen. How many shots deep are you, buddy?
You didn't see it? The whole board was crooked as shit.
It was in italics.
It was, yeah, italicized. Flop. Turning river.
I do that a lot when I'm dealing in the box, I notice. And you know what? These shaky hands will put out a straight flop one of these days.
Sooner or later.
Sooner than later. And Greg here with the Queen 4 suited under the gun, lays it down. Svoboda with the 6-5, going to make the call. Hey, Ham in the chat saying he calls.
He calls.
He calls.
What's up, Ham?
And we miss you, buddy. Hoping you can make your way back to West Texas soon. King 10-9, 2 spades out there right now. Nobody holding spades except Jose with the ace of spades. Still hasn't gone all in yet. Should have done that at his first opportunity. Now Lou with the 9-8. Out of there. Jeremy with the gutter ball. 5 on the turn here. Dawson lightning fast. And Ham saying 1 day. I hope you stay for more than 1 day, my friend. Hey, happy birthday, Ham. Very cool. I myself happened to turn 21 for the 3rd time about a month ago. So congratulations, sir.
Happy birthday, Ham. You're a good man. We miss you.
Indeed.
Wow, he's going to lead on 10. Jeremy turning his hand into a bluff. He is unblocking the spades, which I do like. I don't know if he's thinking about that. But since he doesn't have a spade in his hand, there are more combinations of spades available to Jose to be betting. And when Jose goes bet, he does not have as much 10x as Jeremy does as the caller. And so this is actually a really nice lead from Jeremy.
Excellent bluff spot. Excellent bluff sizing.
And Jose has put himself in a tough spot here. Inflating the pot, albeit in position. With his ace-9, he is going to let it go, and Jeremy does take it down here with a nice bet on the river. It does check out, in my opinion.
Great bet there. Taking the pot down to show for it. Couple $100 richer now. Rebel Poker saying his birthday as well. Today, tomorrow, and on Saturday. Very cool. Love having 3 birthdays in a week. Justin turning 21, level 17. Ready to come back and play at Kojak's. Well, let me know next time. Shoot us a comment on Facebook or just give us a ring and we'll hook you up, brother. Love to see you again, my man. Jack the Natural with the 9-7 suited, some gappers. Lou holding some bookends here. Jeremy with the King 10, Jose with the Jack 7, Blasto 7-5, Scott Trey Deuce. And Greg with the Ace. Quisha does not go all in with the Ace of Spades. A curious play.
It's going to raise it up too. Raise it quite big here.
Yeah, not enough. Should have gone
85.
about $3,560 would have been the right size.
Jeremy's going to tag along with his offsuit Broadway. And we are going to go heads up to a flop of ace 4 deuce.
And Jeremy's going to shut it down here. Going to check. Greg likely to bet. Jeremy likely to fold. I was trying to say it in real time. Like
Jeremy is a
pros.
creative player. I don't know if he's going to get too fancy here. He just acquired a good amount of chips. He does have the king of clubs, and he might decide to represent that flush if it comes in, but it looks like he's going to let that go, pass up on that spot, and use his chips a bit more wisely from a different position.
Yes, indeed. Out of position. Not usually the best way to play a flush bluff. I don't want to get your hand caught in the cookie jar going for 2 bluffs in a row either.
Yeah, it's usually a recipe for disaster.
Interesting. Oh, so that's where I'm going wrong here.
Yeah, if you're bluffing,
When you say
like
less than 90% is probably good.
3 to 1 or 4 to 1.
Okay, so
When you have it, and
so bluff 4 times for every one hand that you play.
no, that's what you've been doing.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
No,
Ah, shoot.
that's not a good formula in West Texas.
Shaggy saying top hick to Maverick. I like it. You know what, Shaggy? Pull up your search history. Are you just Googling movie titles? Because I'm enjoying it. I will say that. But that is what I'm about to do. Is Google movie titles so I can keep up with the wit. And Jeremy involved in another pot here, getting 2 pair on the turn. Some hands you don't want to make 2 pair with. Oh, Scott spiking Broadway here on the river. $90 in the middle. Let's see how contested this pot goes. Certainly one of the smaller ones. Jeremy going to bet 25. Scott with the nuts. Makes a call. Shows the ace. And that'll be good.
Throws it down with conviction.
Yep.
Somehow that plot went check through all the way to the river. Jeremy bets into the nuts and gets called.
So out of the last 3 hands that he played, he bluffed 2 of them. That's about right. It's the right frequency.
It's getting closer to optimal. Yeah, I mean it's a thing. It's a situation where styles make fights. You know, some of us just like to get fancy with our game and make stuff happen. It feels a little more exciting and adrenaline pumping. I think the adrenaline junkies amongst us will usually opt for the bluffs.
Yep.
Just to get the blood going.
Got me sized up pretty well. Jeremy making the call here with some offsuit connectors. Jose abandoning the queen 10. And we are moments away from another round of PLO. Brian with the house hand here, the king jack. I told this story the other day to Brian. He gave me one of the sickest needles, unintentional needles. Wait a second. Brian flopping top pair here. Jeremy with a pair of 8s. Scott with a pair of 7s. Brian targeting a flush draw here, betting $75. Jeremy kissing his chips goodbye.
Jeremy definitely likes to get involved in pots, likes to gamble. He's not only trying to hit his cards, he is also going to be using scare cards to bluff with. And so it looks like he only has 11% equity, but if he can get some of those hands through, then it does give him additional equity that the cards cannot prove. Does not get a good run out here. Brian already having gotten 2 streets of value from his weak top pair, checks back the river, drags the pot.
That'll do it. Brian in the green here. Maybe not. Wait, we're updating. Very close to the green. Only down $180 thereabouts.
Man, he's in for two grand.
He's in for 2. Now at $19.94 for Mr. Brian. Down $185 since the stream began. Mohawk, the big winner on the day, up $1,600 after one of those early pots. And Lou straddling for 20 with the Queen 4. Very straddle-worthy hand. And Rebel Poker asking, how far in advance can you sign up for a stream? You tell me when you can make it out here, and we will build a game of your choosing. Let me know. Just put it in the chat, and we'll see what we can do. Mike with the ace 10 of clubs. No clubs on the board. Slightly italicized board, by the way. Greg with the pair of 9s is going to be best at this point, betting $30. Mike may think about a call, does not. Lou certainly out of there. Those sunglasses, very cool. Carter wants a big O stream next week. You know what? For you, I can deny that request.
Yeah, you know, Carter, we've put some inquiries out in the community. It just doesn't seem like there's enough interest, not enough players to get a big old stream. And it's also going to be a lot slower because it's a stream format. And I don't think it's a game that viewers would be very interested in watching.
I'm okay with 5 hands an hour.
And so I was even trying to get a Sunday game going, but it doesn't seem like Big O's the thing to play right now.
Rebel Poker saying some random Thursday in 2025. All right, randomly, I'm going to draw September 19th. Actually, wouldn't that be wild if that was a Thursday?
I mean, a good guess.
September 19th is a Friday.
That's close.
I was really close.
Mohawk here with Ace King of Diamonds first act. Opens it up, gets a continue from 3 deuce suited and Ace Jack suited. Is going to check it over to the field. 8 of spades on the turn. Now he is going to be betting.
And a natural open folding here. Mohawk top pair, top kicker, going to be good enough. Carter saying, only place in the country it's not being played. Shaggy saying, drive out here for stud or Raz. It could. We could make that happen. Maybe do some Raz on the stream.
Don't say that. don't tell him that.
Rebel Poker asking if this is 2-3.
No, this isn't 2-3. This is $10 on the button. So it's not a standard blind structure. You just put $10 on the button, and the people that are in the blind positions have their option free of charge.
And the action does not change pre-flop versus post-flop. Same orbital rotation the whole way around. And Jeremy with the ace-8 suited up against Mike with the queen-6 suited. Both of the clubs variety, and Lou looks down at pocket threes. Now raise it up and looks like 75. 50 is the bet.
Betty. Jeremy here with suited ace is going to come along, and Zabota likes to take flops, is also going to check it out. If we get clubs, it could be fireworks, especially at 3 clubs.
Now I got one. Backdoor flush draws for 2 players. Backdoor straight draw for Lou. Carter wants to keep it even more complicated than Big O and do a horse-style stream with Big O included.
Yeah, that'll be easy to put together for sure.
Yeah. What's the line from Austin Powers when he says, Scotty, no?
How about no, Scotty? How about no?
Another club here, a board pairing club. Lou now with the super boat draw here. Doesn't get there. No club. Lou's threes are best. What a wild game.
Yeah, Lou is going to be picking this pot up with the underpair.
Pow. 2 pair, he says. The nuts. So the person to the left of the button acts first. Yes, that is correct, Rebel. On every street, even pre-flop. Unless there is a straddle like we're seeing right now. Jose putting out 20 blind, doubling the big blind here, the $10 blind. He will get the last option to act like a small blind or regular big blind would. Shaggy asking if there's a way to preview what kinds of games are coming up. How far in advance are the streams games chosen? They are chosen weekly. Every Friday, we put up the new list for the next game. And next week, I happen to know what we're doing. 5 on the button, hold 'em.
It's going to be a buy-in on that.
We are going to do the standard buy-in 3 to 800
Okay.
with a 70% match. We will have that list up on Friday tomorrow. And it is going to fill up quickly, I imagine. A lot of people coming back in town. July 4th in the rearview mirror. And we've got our ladies tournament to look forward to. Well, more on that here in just a minute.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. The series is officially over with an incredible run from our local Braxton Dunaway.
Yes, congratulations, Braxton Dunaway. Did it again. He won 1.5 in the Millionaire Maker 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, 2023, he took down the monster stack, bought in for $1,500, cashed out 1.16 this year. Got third in the main event for $4 million. Not a bad 3-year stretch for him.
That's pretty good. Is that 5.5 total over 3 years? Almost 2 a year for the past 3 years.
Yeah, minus buy-ins, of course.
Of course.
Whatever he's lost, but it's a big blessing. You know, there's a lot of luck involved in tournament poker, and a lot of flips.
Oh yeah,
all the best players in the world are playing in that main event. So to make it so deep, it takes a lot of fortune, something to be grateful for.
Dawson brought out
Sure.
the Doug Polk stats on how many flips Mizrachi won. What are the
crazy.
odds against every all-in situation that he had? 0.014%, I believe, was the number. Although I did only look at it one time. Something like that.
You know, a good point that someone brought up recently.
0.14.
So apparently on the final table, they switched to automatic shufflers
Yes.
recently. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything.
You know, I actually said that while I was watching it. lot of premiums, a lot of Broadway hands, a lot of crazy stuff, crazy situations, and things like that. Now, I do know that those shufflers can not only shuffle to random, but they can suit the deck as well in the same time it takes to shuffle the cards. And I did hear about some hackers. I think they used Bluetooth to communicate with the shuffler, and they were setting the decks to whatever order they wanted.
It's very easy to do.
It's possible.
It's very easy to do.
I
Definitely
like the-
possible, and it's been done.
I like to think the security is a little better at the WSOP main event, but you know, those hackers, they took down the stream.
Did you know that Michael Mizrachi is an Israeli?
It sounds like an Israeli name.
Yeah.
I will
In fact-
admit, also, I thought it was Isaac Misraki almost the entire time.
Isaac?
Yeah. You know, the other, you know, he was big in what, 2010 or whatever.
No, who in the heck is
Yeah.
Isaac Mizrachi?
He was a player.
He has a brother, Michael Mizrachi, and then his brother's Robert Mizrachi. Both quite accomplished.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking
WSOP.
somebody else. Isaac Mizrahi, American fashion designer and actor.
Mizrachi. Anything's possible, Carter. Anything's possible. The cap on the game, Rebel, they do a 70% match to stack. So whatever the big stack is, you can buy in up to 70% of that stack.
Yes. And next week, like I said, the cap will be 800 at the beginning of the game, but we'll do a 70% match. Actually, why not? Let's bump that up to a full match. Let's get it off the rails as soon as we can. And like I said, Rebel, you want to come down here, we'll leave a note for you. We'll hook you up, brother, with a free daily. And we are back to PLO. 4 cards. 2 cards, not enough for most people. Let's bring out the 4-card variety.
Ready for action. I do like the energy that these guys are bringing to the table. A lot of laughter.
This is a great lineup. Honestly, I'm impressed with whoever put that together.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Some mastermind must be
Pretty good.
really good at getting some juicy games in the mix. Jeremy, definitely a great player to have in the mix.
Scott, also great player to have in the mix. Yeah, everybody really here just brings such good flavor to the game. Rebel Poker asking if we're talking about the one who won an event at the Win. We're talking about the main event at the World Series of Poker. I think it was at was it at the Win? No, it was at the
It was at the Horseshoe.
The
but
Horseshoe.
It's the WSOP. The one and only. Jack 8-6. On this flop, we got Mike Sabota betting out with his bear nut flush draw.
getting a couple of folds here. Scott out of the
Oh.
way as well.
No one even has a top pair, but Greg does have the queen high diamonds as well as an open ender.
And
The
he's
two
going to come
overs.
along, peeling off another 8 right there. Greg checks. Mike, no flush yet. Going to make the call. Very confident. Greg telling him, don't do that. In so many words. And Hickey going to show before he lays it down.
Mike with a nice bet on the turn here does take it down.
Yeah, Michael Mizrachi, yeah. Won an event at the Win the same time the main was going on. I see. So, Rebel, yeah, I think we were talking about him. I think you're right also. The question did go over our heads.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that guy. Yeah, no, we were not talking about that.
Yeah, it was is it the same one I'm thinking of? He was on Poker After Dark a lot. He is a Israeli.
Alezra.
Eli Elezra is who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, he was
He was like special forces
he
in the
was special forces in the Israeli military. Yeah,
scary guy.
I believe.
Great poker player
Heard he's-
also.
Heard he's a good dude.
That's what I hear too. He seems like a nice guy. All right, Mike's got the pair of sevens. Brian with the pair of eights. Natural with the pair of fives in the muck. Mohawk double suited, going to raise to $35. Blasto out of there. Scott out of there. Mike in there. And Brian coming along as well. Three ways to the flop, $115 in the middle. 9-8-4 of clubs. Monotone board. I think for the first time in this live stream, italicized queen. Brian with almost a boat. It's a set of eights right there.
Has a set of eights. He has the queen of clubs in his hand.
Betting $25 and getting no callers. Good flop, just no customers. Thanks again for checking out our live stream, everybody. We are Kojax in Midland. We got a couple events coming up. We got the Women's Championship right on the horizon. $140 to enter if you are a lady. Only women allowed in this tournament. We're going to start things off on August 1st with Flight A at Celebrity Card Club in Odessa, our sister card club. And we'll do Flight B here at Kojax on the 2nd of August. And day 2, going to be featured here at Kojax. And we will even do a live stream of the final table for that tournament on August 3rd. Set your calendars. Come out. Everybody who registers gets a good goodie bag. Those bags will be stuffed. Doing a bag stuffing party on July 30th. And I'm only saying that out loud so that I remember it, because I don't think I put it in my calendar yet.
A bag stuffing? What kind of bags we stuffing?
We're stuffing all kinds of gift bags. We've got some business cards, some gift cards, got some swag, t-shirts, merch, things like that. Chocolates, little candies.
Very nice.
All kinds of things. Every woman who enters the women's tournament for the first time will get one of these goodie bags. Rebuys are going to be the same price. You can get as many of them as you want. Jeremy with the nut flush draw here. Pair of kings for Greg. Pair of tens for Scott. Queen comes off. 2 pair for Mike's Svoboda. It is the queen of spades. Jeremy with the nut flush. 50% equity to win this hand. And Rebel Poker asking who you can talk to for the stream. That's me. Go ahead and send us a message to our Kojax Facebook page. Our official title is Kojax Poker Club. Send us a direct message, send us a DM, and I will answer it. And we'll see what we can do, buddy. And the button moves. We're still on PLO. We've been going for almost 2 hours. We've got about an hour left in the stream. Thanks once again for checking us out, everybody. Not only do we have the women's tournament coming up, but we also have the Bankroll Builder on Saturday. $65 to get into a $3K guaranteed tournament. Unbelievable prize pool. We always smash that guarantee every single weekend. We're starting things off at 2 p.m. this Saturday. So make sure to come out. It is excellent. Great showing, great players. That one is all hold'em all the time. So if 4 cards is not your thing, that's all right. We got tournaments built around the 2-card variety. Some people call it regular poker, and I always laugh about that. Come out and play some regular poker on Saturday. Jeremy with the pocket queens. Jose with another queen. We got 2 hearts on board. And there's the flush right there.
Jose is going to be running into a flush over flush. Hickey with the good energy in the chat from his
It's
friends
you know what?
and family is going to be taking this one down, cold decking.
That's exactly what it
Jose
is. It's the comments in the stream. That's how you get the run good. You just get the best commenters.
There's something to it. It helps.
I know. The universe provides. Also, if you're
Yeah,
able
look.
to build those arches like he was doing earlier, that was
He's
something
about
wild.
he's about to net roll him. Jose bets the flop. Greg calls. Bets the turn. Greg calls. And he bets again on the river.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't. King high flush is awesome, but maybe he thinks he's up against the ace high flush. Now Jose did turn over a straight flush earlier in the show.
Yeah, he's just gonna be forced to pay it off, and is gonna be happy to see the queen of hearts in Jose's hand. Didn't quite like it, but
It is what it is.
it works out this
It
time.
is what it is. And Wit in the chat saying, Stella said, "There's my paw. Go Hickey." Making everybody proud, doing very well for himself. In fact, I think he is second, on the leaderboard here. Yes, indeed. It's very close second, as a matter of fact. 16-13 in profit for Mohawk. Craig at 1570. Mohawk needs to make a lawn care business and spell it like that. Mohawk.
Mohawk.
That's good.
And it'll be like a hawk driving a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Just riding on a lawnmower. Mohawk. It'll be awesome.
All right, there's our business model.
There it is.
That's what we need. We'll
There it
approach
is.
Braxton about that.
Sold.
Chris, you still in the chat? You on board? Shaggy Lewis, another one. The Lord of the Hicks, the 2 chip towers. Yeah, usually when I riff like that, the puns get worse and worse as we go. I have to give a shout out to Shaggy. They get better with each one.
He's just leveling up.
Leveling up every time. Jeremy here with some Carter's going to pass. Okay, well, that's all right. We didn't need you anyway. Trying to do something nice for you. And Jeremy coming along here with the 6-5 Trey Deuce. All low cards, hoping for a low flop. Brian folding 2 of the 6s and a 5. Together, they would have had a full house. Jeremy calling for 30 more. Ace, Queen, 8. The cards are somewhere. And Dawson, an excellent dealer in almost all ways. Flops, maybe not his strong suit.
Yeah.
Carter saying Mohawk Tua. What is it, 2024 again? Jose with the boat here. Ace is full. Jose taking down the biggest hands of the night for certain. Mike with the trip aces here. Going to be tough to fold to a $200 bet, but it is about full pot size. Maybe he can find the fold button. Nope. Looks like he calls. And you can see it in his face. He knows he's second best once again.
Yeah, tough spot there. He's just beat by all the flushes and all the boats. I guess he just wants to look up Jose and see what he's betting with. Other than that, you're not really beating anything.
Doesn't pan out this time, but Mike, like you said, excellent player. Doesn't let those beats get to him. He's not very emotional here. And we are on to the next one here. Already done 41 hands here on this live stream. Pitching out hand number 42. That's actually pretty good for 2 hours of round of each.
Yeah, definitely.
Live stream games do go a little bit slower as well. A couple more moving parts, to say the least. Lou with the pocket eights with an ace queen. Jeremy with the 7-6 and the ace queen. Jose with the jack 10-9-4. Gonna fold. Blasto basically the Charlie here. 5-3 deuce deuce. He's out of there. Scott holding 2 of the other 5s. He's in there. Greg holding king 10-9-8. Chris Carter says he's investing in a topless barber shop. He'll have bald men getting haircuts. Yeah.
Maybe you could pull it off in Odessa. I don't think Midland take too kindly to a strip joint and cut hair at.
You know what? I'm on board.
Give Hawk 2s in the back.
See it.
Like, sir, you were just here yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was.
Another cut won't hurt.
Yeah, I think I'm still on board. I'll do the bookkeeping.
Yeah. I'll just run the joint, be a manager, do the hiring.
Casting call.
Let's see what you can do. Got us a pot here.
Shaggy saying dual purpose barber pole. That's the best part of the whole thing. All right, Shaggy, we'll give you 60%.
Ace 4-3 two-tone. Everyone's got big cards. We do have an action turn here. Queen
Yeah.
of diamonds.
That queen is going to get the money in the pot. Lou with 2 pair. Greg looking for a jack. And the diamonds there for Mike, as well as Lou, and even Brian coming along, possibly with a flush draw. So I think Brian does find the fold here.
Yeah, nine high diamonds is not enough to chase with. Greg gonna get out the way. Zabota had like king high diamonds, king 6-6-3, I believe. He folds it. Right on.
And Brian kind of counting on his fingers here. And he does let it go. Let's go. That was Lou's catchphrase, as far as I'm concerned.
Let's go. Probably one of the funnest things to hear when you walk into a poker room. Something about it.
Absolutely.
A lot of good energy.
And Lou, one of the most animated players at the table. Stacking chips, taking names right now.
Have y'all been next door, Carter?
I have not. Chris, what is over there?
What
To
is
the
it?
Jackson Hewitt? No, I use TurboTax.
I do my own taxes, sir.
Carter actually providing us with some actual research here, saying it's illegal. A stylist cannot even wear a bathing suit, must be completely covered. What a strange law. I guess it makes sense.
Not even bathing suits. That doesn't seem right. I mean, it's probably right, but
It's probably right.
It doesn't
but
seem
yeah,
right.
Like I said, what a
Doesn't seem
strange
right.
law.
I mean,
Now, did the law come before the lawsuit or after?
I'm sure people have tried it, and then it got shut down in legislation from the prudes and the conservatives. Don't believe in admiring the divine feminine form.
Drakestein saying they didn't pay for advertisement, so no T-tax.
Titty tax or
I think he's saying T-tax. You file your own taxes. Hey, T-tax, though, if you are listening, we will accept some free product. We'll give you a shout out. Save me that $45 a year. Hey, Buddha in the chat did his own taxes this year too. Instead of Basil saying watch it from North Korea soon, he'll be watching from prison.
no shit.
I'm sure you filled it out all right. I hope.
And bring them in town. We'll get them audited for you, Brycey.
Drakestein actually throwing out some philosophy. The need for order brought the law. Humans like structure. Well, I could talk for hours about that concept. You are not wrong, sir. And a third diamond hits on the river. Jeremy with the check mark here.
Checks it and is not going to be getting a bet from any of the guys in the field. Shows down his straight. And we'll drag the pot.
Buddha saying, like Doug Polk would say, we got him. We got him, boys.
Love to hear it.
Man, Mr. Jeremy scooping another pot right there. Let's take a look at these chip stacks. And we'll see what the VPIP situation is like here while we do another dealer change. Mohawk still on top. Greg is the chip leader, though. 4,000 in his stack. The Natural turning a profit. Up $29. And Scott is throwing the party right now. Down $1,400, but still plenty of time to catch back up. Even though we've got about 45 minutes left on the stream, this game is going to keep going for hours afterwards. And we do have some tables going on in the main floor. Well, we got a 1-2 running right now. Of course, we have this live stream game going right now. And we do have another promotion to talk about. If you put your name on Poker Atlas and arrive before 5 p.m., we'll put your name in a raffle hopper, and we will raffle off 10 names. If you're present on Sunday at 4 p.m. when we do the raffle, you'll win $100 in free time if your name is drawn. If you are not present, we'll still give you $50. But it is good incentive to get out early, start those games up. And we do have 2 1-2 tables on the main floor as well, of course, as this live stream game. Drakestein saying 45 minutes to go all in. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Greg double suited. Laying down a stunner.
Double suited and a double fisted pump. Hyped up, feeling good, up a good amount of money.
Mike putting in $50. the natural. With the King Jack 10 dangler, going to get out of there. Lou, on the other hand, Queen Jack 10 dangler. I'm going to make the call for $50, all in red chips. And we are 5 ways to the flop, $260 in the middle. King 3 deuce, another monotone board. Blasto flopping the nuts. Holding the blocker for the steel wheel. Actually, steel wheel draw, now that I look at it. Let's see that 4 of hearts. Mike with the ace, king, jack 3. 2 pair. Some boat draws here. Greg's going to get out of there. Top pair, top kicker. Mike coming along. Trying to boat up.
And Blasto is going to be check potting here. 8 high flush. Scott is very likely going to be folding versus.
Yep. Before the
Blasto.
chips even hit the middle.
Said I'm out of there. And Mike is definitely going to be folding. He's not going to be trying to run down his buddy with 2 pair.
That'll do it. 780 in the middle.
Drags a nice pot.
Yeah, Mackenzie shuffling up hand number 45. With about 40 minutes left in the stream, we have had a great time. Watched a lot of action. Like I said, this game is going to keep going for a while after the stream ends. Already a lot of money on the table. Doing a 70% match. So if you want to come in for some decently deep stack poker, Kojak's in Midland. And we are still on the PLO round for 2 more hands. Johnny Blaze, how many sheep are you up to? How many sheep have you
90.
counted so far?
94.
94.
What about? They're pretty. You're fuzzy. Oh my god. These games are so slow. So limp pots galore as usual. Mike with double suited queens is gonna proceed with a limp as well. Natch folds, Lou folds, Hawk folds. Jeremy on the button here is gonna go ahead and take a flop. He does have a pretty bad hand, but he does have nut clubs in his favor.
And we are 6 ways to that flop. $60 in the middle. 2 spades on there. Scott with the second nut flush draw.
And Jeremy does flop
Pair of
trips.
threes.
No, he flops trips with ace high kicker.
That is a second 3 on the flop.
And so it does work out for him.
And there he goes. Shows the 3.
There's some argument for raising a hand like that on the button. Ace Jack 8-3 is not going to have much going for it, but you do have position. The button is worth a lot in PLO. And so maybe not a full pot, but something like $50, $40, something to inflate the pot in position and take advantage of the post-flop information. In that case, he would have scooped up a reasonable sized pot instead of the $50 that he did drag in profit. But yeah, just favorable flop for him, so makes a little bit of money.
Dragon pots, not ever a bad thing, in my opinion. I don't know the feeling all too well. Still get very excited when it happens.
Kenzie doing a good job here. Getting those cards out.
The accuracy is unbelievable.
Very good. Very, very good.
Blasto with the Jack 9, 7, 5. Making the call. He is double suited. Might as well come along there. Mike also double suited. Brian looking down at a decent hand right there. A lot of Broadway cards and that 9 to go along with it. A suited king of the spade variety, but Mr. Mohawk with the ace of spades doesn't go all in. Curious play. Jeremy with the mystery hand once again.
And Jose here with pretty bad pair of kings, but pair of kings nonetheless on the button, as previously discussed, is going to be inflating this pot here, raising it to $80. Get a tag along from Zabota. Brian with the ace, king, queen, 9. Single suit to the king is going to be taking a flop as well. Lou, of course, is going to be involved with his pair of 8s. Try to flop a set. Maybe win with a mediocre flush.
Jeremy's got a pair of jacks and a pair of 10s. I can feel it. Queen 8 deuce. Lou with a set of 8s.
Lou Bang smashes. We'll see if he decides to check it in flow to Jose. He does, and he does get Jose to bet here.
Mike gonna fold. Brian makes the call with his pair of queens.
And he is in trouble. Lou is going to be check raising and taking the pot down immediately. Yeah, Carter, I mean, we could do a VPIP game. Honestly, these dudes' VPIPs are not that low. I think the lowest VPIP right now is Mohawk with 22. Everyone else, they're pretty solid players, but everyone is splashing around and taking a lot of flops. Limped pots, but still they are getting involved, and there's plenty of action, you know?
Jose folds. Brian needs a lot of help on this one.
Describe players' actions. I don't know if there is a poker term for that. Drakestein. A person that's easy to read. I guess you would just call them well, definitely inexperienced. You know, when with experience you start becoming more aware of your image and how to either use it to your advantage by acting a certain way to throw your opponents off, or just going the stoic route and not giving anything off. When a player is easy to read, I think it's just a matter of inexperience. I guess you could call him a fish. But yeah, I don't think there's a term for a person that is easy to read in particular. We're going to put the VPIPs up for you, Carter. Zabota with the highest VPIP. Shocking, I know. But again, even Blasto's sitting there at 60% VPIP. And yeah, that's pretty accurate, honestly. Carter.
Carter saying a player that's easy to read we call Chase.
He's not lying.
Yeah.
No, Wikipedia Carter over here.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking straight facts.
I do my reverse tells. I do my regular tells, all in the same breath. 10-10-4 on this flop. No pair. No trips. Ace comes off. Still no pair. Still no trips. Natural with a gutter ball here. And he does spike the king for Broadway.
Bang. Low bang. And he's not going to be getting any action. I guess
A lot of these
Blasto
players.
does have a king with no kicker. He's playing a pair of kings, pair of tens with an ace. And I don't know if that's right. Yeah, Lou did not put in the bet, natural bet. And he does get a call from a king. Takes that one down.
Easy pot.
Easy peasy. The legend. The natural.
Carter says it's only 47 hands. Those VPIPs are slightly misleading. Yeah, I'll give you that. I will give you that one. Yeah, I guess, Carter, you are right. I am easy to read. If I'm betting, I'm bluffing. That's about as basic as it gets.
That's
It's about right.
essentially.
Yeah. At least I'm self-aware.
And if he's checking, he probably has a nuts. It's one of those guys. Be very careful. I'm gonna trap him. I
I'm
have
gonna
it.
trap him. I know it.
I don't have nothing. I better go all in.
I better go all in. I'm not gonna win the pot otherwise. I'm still not gonna win the pot going all in either.
Yeah, not around here.
Jeremy with the pocket sixes. Mohawk with the pocket fours. Carter saying Jack hasn't played a hand in 2 dealer changes. He just won one. Fact check false. Blasto folding the ace jack. Greg with the jack 10 of clubs coming along. We are 5 ways to a hold'em hand. 310 in the middle already. 9-5-7 on the flop. Mike with 2 pair. No sets out there. Kalen saying when Lou was asked about position, he said, in a chair. That's the best position to be in at the poker table, is seated at the table.
Your favorite position? In the chair. Little bang. Trademark. You're gonna have a hand here. No.
Yeah, fold
Greg folds a gut shot to the nuts. It's a bit pricey, but there's a lot in the middle. Jeremy betting with his blockers to the nuts straight. Mike sitting there with about 1,100 in his stack and top 2. See if he comes with a raise or just continues through a call and try to see a safe turn before putting his money in. He does look like he's going to be calling. No, he raises.
There is a hefty raise right there. Mike trying to win some of that money back. It looks like it may work out for him this time.
Greg in the background there clapping and pretty happy to have saved that money that he would have put in if he'd called. He did have 2 overs to the 9 as well as the gut shot to the nuts.
And Jeremy not likely to make the call here. He does have the gutter ball. Carter telling us good night. He put his sleep apnea machine together, and he is going to be out for the evening.
An interesting spot here for Jeremy. It doesn't look like he is prepared to release just yet. I don't know what his plan is. He's representing the straight, and if he does have the straight, he's just going to be jamming it off here. And so if you continue through a call, what is the plan? Are you going to represent the spades? Are you just looking to drill your outs?
What is all this plan talk? You mean to tell me players have a plan?
That's the big idea. You know, you have your true outs, and then you can also do some other stuff if you're experienced and you know how the deck works and how to use it to your advantage.
Jeremy really thinking this one over. Maybe coming up with one of those bluff plans here in case things don't work out. 4 8s, 2 6s to help him out. Drakestein saying usually win is the plan. I agree with that.
You know, it helps. It gives you a lot of confidence when you have a plan. And sometimes people will look at you crazy because they see your actual cards. But that's the thing with having a plan is you're not just playing your cards. There's also other factors involved.
Playing the board, playing the player.
All that good stuff. I don't think he really sees a path to victory. He's going to release it.
And
here.
he does get out of there. Mike scratching his head on that one.
So,
He thought for sure he would have got at least one caller here, but 2 pair, good enough. Takes it down. Mike following Drakestein's plan, saying, I'm just going to win. Scooping some chips back into the stack. Making another tower here. And back onto some 2-card action here. Hand number 49 coming at you. Hard to believe we've done almost 50 hands. Got a little less than a half hour left on the stream, and we really do appreciate your viewership. Thank you, everybody, for showing up, showing out, having a great time in the chat, watching some poker here in Kojaks in Midland. And once again, we do appreciate the viewership. That you are the reason we put these live streams on. 4-3 for Mohawk going into the muck. Not surprising. Jeremy with the Queen 9 offsuit. Blasto with the 6-5 suited, likes those suited connectors. Now Scott's turn to hold the pocket 6s. And Mike on the button, just going to check and see a free flop with the old Doyle Brunson. Jeremy flopping a gutter ball here, going to check his option. Blasto with the backdoor flush draw. Scott does have the best hand right now, the pocket 6s, but another overcard to that pocket pair comes out with the 7. Blasto going to bet out here. Any 4, any 9 makes a straight. Betting $20. And there's the 4. Blasto gets there.
Wow, that's nice.
And Blasto betting out any amount will get Jeremy to fold. Sure enough, Jeremy folds. Blasto shows his winning hand. Says, finally, it's about time. I haven't seen Blasto win too many pots in the last couple of hands, and now is his time. And speaking of this live lineup, a lot of rootin' and tootin' coming from next door. These players are really having a good time being loud, getting crazy, telling some jokes, having a good time. And we are moving on. Hand number 50 is officially underway. We have made it halfway through the century mark. The natural with the 9-8 suited. Going to throw it away. 9-8, some of the weaker suited connectors, especially under the gun. And Lou with the 8-7 suited is going to make the call. Jeremy with the ace-10 offsuit. Scott with a couple of Broadway cards in the form of the king-queen. Mike with the 8-deuce. Making the call. Dominating Brian. Or rather, Brian is dominating Mike with the 10-8. $50 in the middle. We are 5 ways to a limped pot. Queen 9 tray. Scott with top pair. Good kicker. Brian looking for a jack to make a straight. Scott is betting. Mike is out of there.
Looks like Jeremy is going to be tagging along with his ace high.
And there's a 7 right there on the turn. 7 of clubs. Jeremy with the ace of clubs. Uh-oh. Scott going all in for 125. Jeremy says, no dice. I'm out of there. That's too rich for my blood. And Scott scoops a pot. Yeah, it seems like all the pots have gone to the right-hand side of the table lately. And now the left-hand side of the table is starting to pick things back up.
Greg and Mohawk, 2 big winners right now, have been avoiding playing too many pots. Not trying to get involved and gamble unnecessarily, it looks like.
And Lou with another straddle. $20. 20 blind. Mohawk making the fold. 8-5 out of there. Lou looks down at the straddle special, the 7 deuce offsuit. And that's what you get for trying to juice up the game. Scott going to come along with the queen 9 suited. Greg returns to the table. He makes the call with the queen deuce suited. And the natural with the ace 5 completes.
Looks like Lou is going to send it up big. He is
250.
definitely looking forward to flashing this in everyone's face.
Yeah, you talk about a polarizing bet right there. That's either aces or 7 deuce. Now, we know it's the latter.
For the cameras. And Jeremy with a pretty hand here. Loves the gamble. Doesn't like to give up too easily. He is going to come along here.
What was Carter saying about this table playing too tight?
Yeah, it's funny, huh?
But and he does come along. Jose with the ace 6 of spades does not go all in. Another misstep. Greg with the queen deuce. You know, Jeremy putting in the money thinking, well, if Lou has big cards, my cards are kind of low. That board comes out low. I will be happy.
Yup, and it looks like Greg is going to tag along as well. He is sitting pretty deep. 3.5K effective with Lou. And
Four
he is
betting.
going to limp 4 bet here.
What is going on? Wow, this table's playing tight. And Lou really put to the test here.
Just a spot on read here from Greg. Plays a very nice hand here. Takes down that 250 from Lou uncontested. And now has Jeremy in a terrible spot.
Much more terrible than Jeremy can expect here. And Jeremy with a 5-4. If he didn't think he was up against aces before, now he feels almost certain. Does he want to try and suck out against these potential pocket kings or pocket aces with the 5-4 suited? $620 more to call. He's got it in his hand. Jeremy eyeing up that giant stack in front of Mr. Hickey. Thinking if this flop goes the way that I hope it does, he could get all of it. 620 more to call, almost half of Jeremy's stack, and he does let it go. And Greg, let's see if he shows the queen deuce. He does not.
Very nice.
Well
Very, very
played
nice
right
hand,
there.
Ricky.
Excellent hand. And we've got another dealer change going on right now. So don't forget about our Fortune 4 here. Jackpot is over $8,000. Actually, should be crossing over $9,000 here. All you got to do is flop a set, sevens or better, and have it win at Showdown. Not necessarily at Showdown, just have it win. Make Broadway with the ace in your hand. Both hole cards must play. Hit a flush with the ace in your hand. Again, both hole cards must play. And make a full house, sevens or better. For windows to win, we add $100 each window. And now on Sunday, we're starting things off a little earlier at 2 p.m. A 6-hour window on Sunday. The very first time that we did that, we hit that jackpot. Tree Tran taking home $8,800 for making those 4 hands in 6 hours. Shaggy. Middle-aged mutant ninja Hickey. The secret of the ooze.
That guy's good. He's too good.
Too good.
Pocket sevens here for Mohawk, raising it up 35. Sabota coming along with ace jack off. Lou Bang. A 6-5-0. Sitting pretty deep.
2 hearts on board. 10 tray deuce. Lou with the gutter ball here.
Mohawk with an overpair to the 3 and 2.
A good bet by
He's
Mohawk.
going to continue. And
Drakestein saying he
Two
doesn't want to know
folds.
that secret. The secret of the ooze. Yeah, count me out as well. Yeah, we are shuffling up hand number 53. And Joey in the box with those majestic locks. You call that a man bun? Was that just a regular bun? I think it's a beehive.
that's a man bun, I think.
He is a man. He does have a bun. He meets the qualifications. A tray for Jose. Natural throwing his cards away. Mohawk with the ace jack. And Lou raising it up to 20, just clicking it. Mohawk 3-betting to 130. Lou, snap call, snap fold, snap give the chips over to the seat to your left.
Not looking to play a big pot out of position versus Mohawk. Mohawk, very seasoned veteran. on the
Excellent
felt.
player. Yeah, certainly a good lineup of very strong, very experienced players. Even the ones who mix it up, high VPIPs, they know what they're doing. They know how to play those loose styles. Drakestein saying 15 minutes to go all in. It's going to happen. The question is, who is going all in next? Jose with ace 5. Blasto with ace king. Big slick. Smooth call. Lou with the bow wow. Mike with the ace of spades. Did not go all in. Now Mohawk with the pocket sevens here.
On the cutoff. He has been active the last couple of hands. And with this raise, he's not trying to isolate. He's making it $30 in order to bloat the pot from the cutoff. Sitting in late position, if you flop a set, you want to be playing a bigger pot versus a limp pot. Blasto here with ace king.
Classic
Going to
limp
be
3-bet.
betting. Yep.
Jeremy making the call with the 10-9.
Jeremy doesn't care. Oh, you got aces? That's cool. Check this out. I still call you. and he does outflop him. Jeremy, a sticky customer, will not be letting go with middle pair and 3 to a straight. Does not have backdoor spades. We see Blasto continue here. C betting for 120 into 370, about third pot. Mandatory call from Jeremy. Wow. And he decides to send
He's
it.
ripping it all in here.
He is going to represent the overpair and hope for a fold. There was a lot of money in that pot. He only had 500 behind. It is worth a shot considering his image, that's for sure. I don't know if he is targeting a jack, but he will easily get the 9 to fold.
Into the muck.
And
Blasto with a big pot.
let me see if he shows it. Yeah, he showed it, I think. He did show it.
Everybody, mixed reactions
Very
to that
nice.
play.
Yeah, you know, Robert's been playing some good poker today.
Yeah,
I am impressed.
very much so.
Very, very nice, sir. Gonna have to give him his props when they're due.
Yeah, all these guys honestly playing very, very good poker, making some great folds, making some great calls. And we are off to 55. The last hand of the Hold'em round. Might be able to squeeze in maybe 2 more hands of PLO. Once again, thanks everybody for checking us out. Sure had a good time today. It's not over yet. We still need to get that all in for Drakestein. The natural with the ace-jack suited. Been pretty timid, pretty quiet lately, but he does raise it up to $50. His mouth is moving. I assume he's talking trash. Mohawk with the pocket eights.
Is not present at the table. Cannot play.
Man, it's too hot outside for snowmen anyway. And Jeremy with the suited king of clubs. This could get ugly. Jose calling $50 with the ace-10, and Mike calling $50 with the 9-7. Going to play that one from out of position. Hoping to get 2-pair once again. He makes 1/2 of the 2-pair. And he is second best, the natural top pair, top kicker, and a backdoor flush draw to go along with it. Jeremy folding before anything happens. And Mike out of there as well. The natural scooping another pot. The Natch.
There we go. Natural doing quite well. He is definitely in the black now. Yeah, he's up 100. Got in pretty deep to this game.
Very good job of clawing back. Ran into it against Mohawk very early on in the session. Still able to turn a profit. Mohawk's still up as well. Greg Hickey, once again, running over the table. Hickbusters 2. I don't remember the tagline. Beware the ooze, maybe. King Jack 5-3 for Scott. And he does fold it. I'm not playing the Oh, he does not fold it. He does come along. Definitely going to be playing the Charlie hand. The house hand, if I've ever seen one in PLO. King Jack for the Kojak and 5-3 for the Charlie.
No kidding. That's a double feature. Yeah.
Jose also with the 5-3, but he is away from the table.
Limped pot here. Jeremy with pocket queens also going to continue through a call, and Blasto will be checking his option here. 6 players going to a flop.
Pow!
And the flop is going to come down with 3 mystery cards for now.
Ace, 7, 4, all hearts.
And it looks like a check through. We're going to be taking a turn.
Blasto, the only one with a flush, and it's only 8 high.
Let's see if he bets it here.
It is the Natch who's going to be betting. Pair of aces, pair of tens, $70. Blasto does make the call here with his weak flush. 3 hearts on the board. Hard to put your opponent on 2 hearts. Oh no, another 10. The Natch, 10's full. Robert over there, our floor, doing great things in the background. Really making this whole place work today. And the Natch going to scoop her up. Blasto making the fold. And this will be the last hand of the live stream. Thanks again, everybody, for checking us out. Let's see if we can get some fireworks. Throw some emojis in the chat. Choose your favorite one. We saw Chris Carter's favorite emoji earlier.
The eggplant.
The middle finger. I'm actually still surprised that they make a middle finger emoji.
Dude, it's great.
That's pretty funny.
Shout out to Team Hickey.
Yes,
Thanks for
indeed.
tuning in, guys. Glad you got to see a good performance from
Yeah, what an excellent player.
Greg here.
Yeah.
This will be the penultimate hand of our live stream. Come back next week for a 5 OTB action.
Yes, indeed. We'll do a 100% match on that one. 300 to 800 is the official limit for the starting stack. And we'll see if we can't get Rebel Poker on board. Mike with the double pairs here. 5s and 2s. Brian with the ace, king, 9, 8. Double suited, raising it up to 35. Jeremy with another hidden hand. Jose, king, 9, 6, 6. Blasto, ace, jack, 7, 6. Scott over there, queen, jack, 5, deuce. Ten Trey. No boat that I can spy, but Jeremy, who knows what he's holding? Mike now 3 pairs, going to check his option, checks all the way around. A deuce on the turn, fills Mike up. He's got the low boat. I'm going to bet out here. Getting a little bit of value, perhaps. 35. 105. Large bet. Looks like no callers. Got the rest of the players drawing dead. And that'll be it. Not with a scream, but with a whimper. How we end our live stream.
Indeed.
Almost as many hands as the WSOP final table, says Drakestein. You are not wrong. That is pretty true. Yeah, that was the fastest final table I think I've ever seen. And we got some fast hands out there earlier today. So thanks again for checking us out, everybody. We are Kojaks in Midland. We've got the Bankroll Builder on Saturday. Should be a good time. It looks like it's going to be a fun weekend, so make sure to come out. And, of course, we're doing that raffle on Sunday at 4 p.m. If your name gets drawn, we'll give you $100 in free time. If you're present, $50 in free time if you are not. So come out early. We're doing that drawing at 4 p.m. on Sunday.